As Epictetus stated, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The Stoics have enjoyed a revival in recent years for their practical wisdom on how to live a good life. Though not typically associated with fostering creativity, Stoicism's emphasis on self-mastery, resilience, and focus can help creative people stay motivated and productive. Creativity requires self-discipline to focus without being derailed by distractions or discouragement. It demands persistence through frustration and failure. Stoic principles equip us with mental toughness while emphasizing moral virtue. Applying just a few Stoic strategies can nurture creativity by building habits of self-reliance, proper motivation, and an environment conducive to meaningful work. This video discussed 7 Stoic techniques to unlock creative potential. Number 1, take little steps forward each day. The Stoics believed in taking small, incremental steps towards your goals each day. Focus on consistent progress rather than perfection. Break big goals down into smaller daily actions that move you forward. Showing up day after day to put in the work is more important than waiting for inspiration to strike. Creativity is often the result of daily practice and discipline, not just passion or raw talent. Building a creative habit requires chipping away at your goals bit by bit through focus and determination. Don't let the enormity of a major project stop you. Set mini deadlines to complete small pieces step by step. Celebrate hitting milestones along the way. Finding joy in small wins will give you the motivation to persist. With enough tiny steps forward, you'll eventually arrive at your destination. Number 2, become self-reliant. The Stoic philosophers taught that we should not depend on outside circumstances for inspiration or motivation. Instead, we must look inward to find our creative spark. As Seneca wrote, hang on to your youth and vigor by means of your intellect, your serious approach to life. In other words, we should rely on our mental focus and effort, not fickle external factors, to drive our creativity. This means not waiting around for the perfect environment, mood, or situation to start creating. The Stoic creatives believe we already contain the creative flame within us. We simply have to nurture it. Rather than seeking stimulation from our surroundings, we can cultivate habits and mental attitudes conducive to creativity. For instance, engaging in regular practice strengthens creative muscles over time. Maintaining optimism and curiosity also helps creativity flourish. Most importantly, the Stoics teach self-sufficiency. We don't need inspiration handed to us. With persistence and self-belief, we can generate it ourselves. When we avoid leaning too heavily on external circumstances, our inner creative fire burns steadily and brightly. Number 3, establish a schedule. Structure promotes creativity more than waiting for inspiration. Protect your creative time by establishing a schedule for your creative activities. Set aside specific blocks of time dedicated solely to creative work. Treat this time as holy. Schedule creative sessions during your peak energy hours when you're feeling most inspired and productive. Avoid distractions and interruptions during this scheduled time so you can immerse yourself fully. Be consistent with your creative schedule. Show up regularly for your creative sessions, even if you're not overflowing with inspiration that day. The structure itself will spark creativity as you build momentum. Like exercise, creativity thrives on routine more than perfect conditions. A schedule lends a sense of urgency that forces you to make the most of the time allotted. The finite time constraints can counteract procrastination and promote focused, productive, creative work. Knowing another scheduled creative session is coming up soon takes the pressure off any one session. Rather than waiting for the right mood, a schedule facilitates a ceremonial space for accessing your creativity at regular intervals. Setting a creative schedule takes the guesswork out while still allowing flexibility within each session. Number 4, quit putting things off. The Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca warned against the dangers of procrastination, saying, "Putting things off is the biggest waste of life." Procrastination is the enemy of creativity, draining your motivation and focus. When you put things off repeatedly, you reinforce unproductive habits and sabotage your creative goals. The Stoic approach is to take action now. Don't wait for perfect conditions or inspiration to strike. Start on that creative project today. Write the first paragraph, sketch the outline, and take the first step. Progress will fuel more progress. Over time, creative momentum builds, and you gain confidence. By quitting procrastination and putting in regular effort, your skills will strengthen. Ideas will flow more smoothly. You'll find creativity arises naturally from daily practice. Avoid fruitless delay and take the first step today. The canvas awaits your brush strokes. Number 5, put in the effort. Creativity requires hard work and discipline. The creative process is often portrayed as fun and easy. Still, in reality, it takes a tremendous amount of effort to bring ideas to fruition. As a Stoic, embrace the struggle and be willing to put in long hours to develop your skills and talents. Persist through resistance and defeat. Inevitably, you will face roadblocks and setbacks on the path to creativity. Your work may be criticized or outright rejected. Stoicism teaches us not to be discouraged by failure, but to pick ourselves up and continue striving. Defeat is only permanent if you allow it to stop you. Stay determined to pursue your creative goals, regardless of any obstacles placed in your way. The fruits of creativity come only to those willing to labor. If you desire to produce innovative work, you must dedicate yourself wholeheartedly to your craft. Treat creativity as you would a full-time job, putting in a regular workday of practice, study, and creation. Stay patient and keep your efforts steady. Over time, the cumulative effect of diligent work will yield creative breakthroughs. With Stoic fortitude, accept the strenuous but rewarding challenge of bringing your creative potential to life. Number 6, everything is preparatory. The Stoic view is that everything we do is practice and preparation for the future. Even if a previous effort didn't turn out as we hoped, it was still valuable practice and progress. See each creative attempt, whether it succeeds or fails, as preparatory work. Don't let discouragement stop your progress. Learn from your mistakes, then try again. Iteration and small improvements will lead to greater success over time. Creativity requires patience and persistence. Rome wasn't built in a day. Stay focused on the long-term goal rather than short-term results. Maintain self-control and continence even in the face of setbacks or criticism. Don't seek instant gratification or demand immediate creative brilliance. Be content with gradual daily progress, no matter how insignificant it may seem. In time, these small steps add up to great leaps forward. Trust the process. Number 7, schedule quiet time. Creativity thrives in reflection and solitude. The Stoics understood the importance of regular alone time to think, reflect, and tap into creative inspiration. Quiet time allows the mind to wander, make new connections, and come up with novel ideas. When we're constantly stimulated by external distractions like social media, TV, and busy environments, it becomes harder to think originally. Unplug and retreat inward. Set aside time each day with no distractions or interruptions. Go for a walk, meditate, or simply sit alone with your thoughts. Observe what arises naturally when you remove all external stimuli. By scheduling this quiet time, you give your mind space to reflect and recharge. Creativity isn't something that can be forced. It emerges organically when we cultivate the right mental environment of inner stillness. Don't underestimate the power of doing nothing. In conclusion, creativity takes courage and perseverance. The ancient Stoic philosophers understood this, which is why their principles guide building creative resilience even today. The Stoics would urge us to muster the courage to create and persevere through obstacles. If we apply their timeless wisdom, we can build the resilience needed to express our creativity fully. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe, leave your comment, and share your insights. We look forward to hearing about your transformation journey, and remember that change starts with a single step. Thank you for watching.